It's the spring of 1885. An old man walks into the Washington Hotel in Lynchburg, Virginia, hands the innkeeper a locked iron box, and disappears. The innkeeper, Robert Morris, is told to keep the box safe for 10 years. If the man does not return, Morris is to open it. The old man never returns. 23 years later, in 1845, Morris finally breaks the lock. Inside are 3 sheets of paper covered with rows of numbers. Today, we walk through exactly what the Beale ciphers are, how the second cipher was decoded to reveal $63 million of gold and silver buried in Bedford County, Virginia, and why pages 1 and 3 have defied every cryptographer who has ever tried to crack them. First, the backstory. The story begins around 1817. A man named Thomas Jefferson Beale and a small party of frontiersmen travel west from Virginia into what is now Colorado on a hunting expedition. In the Rocky Mountains, they accidentally discover a vein of gold and silver. They mine it for almost 2 years. By 1820, Beale has accumulated several thousand pounds of gold and silver. He decides the safest place to keep it is buried back in Virginia. Between 1820 and 1822, Beale and his party bury the gold in 2 trips inside an iron-lined stone vault in Bedford County, Virginia. In 1822, Beale visits the Washington Hotel in Lynchburg and stays for several weeks as a guest. He befriends innkeeper Robert Morris. Before leaving on another expedition west, Beale hands Morris the iron box and asks him to safeguard it for 10 years. Beale tells Morris that if anything happens, a letter explaining everything will arrive from St. Louis. The letter never arrives. Beale is never seen again. Now, the ciphers. The 3 sheets in the iron box are each filled with rows of numbers, some as small as 1 and some as large as several thousand. Morris spends 20 years trying to decode them. He fails. In 1862, Morris passes the ciphers to a friend who later publishes them anonymously in an 1885 pamphlet titled The Beale Papers. The unknown editor of the pamphlet had cracked one of the 3 ciphers, the second sheet, by trying the Declaration of Independence as a key. Here is how the cipher works. Each number in the cipher corresponds to a word in the Declaration of Independence. The first letter of that word is the decoded letter. The decoded second cipher describes exactly what is buried: roughly 3,000 pounds of gold, 5,000 pounds of silver, plus jewels valued at $13,000 in 1820 money. In modern values, that buried treasure is worth approximately $63 million. The decoded cipher also gives directions. The vault is located in Bedford County, Virginia, about 4 miles from Buford's Tavern, in an excavation 6 feet deep, lined with stone. Pages 1 and 3 have never been cracked. Page 1 is believed to contain the exact location of the vault. Page 3 is believed to contain the names and shares of the 30 members of Beale's party who would inherit the treasure if he died. Modern cryptographers, including the FBI and the NSA, have analyzed the ciphers. The statistical patterns are consistent with real encrypted text. They are not random. They are not gibberish. Whether Beale was real, whether the gold exists, whether the cipher is solvable. 204 years after the first burial, all 3 questions remain open. And $63 million may still be buried 6 feet deep in Bedford County, Virginia.